As I'm recording this, I'm going around my room. And the main reason is to give you an aspect of what my life is like. Well, my music life anyway. In front of me is a picture that I was given by a friend of mine named AJ. He got it in New York at a Beatles shop. I like that picture. It's from the Beatles for Sale photo session. Now to give you what I'm going to make a video about. I know a lot of people really don't watch my videos, and that's okay because, hold on, let me get in focus. A lot of people don't watch my videos, I know, and that's quite okay, in spite of my hair and everything, or lack of it. I know that I make these videos just for myself and to show off my collection to myself, because no one watches my videos anyway, hardly. Anyway, to get back onto what I was doing, that's my new ION that I did a video on. These are my books, my old radio, and more books, and my old karaoke machine, and my Mr. Rogers book. Okay, now today I'm going to concentrate on other kinds of music that I like. First, the Bee Gees. I like anything that they did. Sir Barry never could write a flop. This is what was their early things that they did when they were in Australia. Everything from 1963, from the Battle of the Blue and the Gray to Ticket to Ride, a cover of the Beatles. Oh, here's a history lesson for all you history people out there. The Battle of the Blue and the Gray, the first composition that Barry wrote, Barry Gibb is who I'm talking about, was a composition from school. It was a homework assignment. That's what that was based on, his homework assignment. The Battle of the Blue and the Gray, talking about the Civil War. All these songs are great because of one thing. It shows that they could write their own material, plus cover their own versions of other people's music. I mean, look at this. I mean, you've got things like How Many Birds, Spicks and Specks, which was their big #1 record, the first one. And I mean, it contains all kinds of things that they wanted to do. Unfortunately, this CD is not in print anymore, and if it is, it's from another company. Now, some folk music. Judy Collins. She is great. She does a lot of just various different songs. A lot of various... Oh, hold on. Yes, that's her. She does things like Amazing Grace. She does Both Sides Now. She does... Hold on, I'm sorry. I haven't done any rehearsing for this. She does like things like Turn, Turn, Turn. The Byrds did that too, which actually is a Pete Seeger song that he took from Ecclesiastics. Says so even on the writing credits. That's where he got it from. And I like folk music because it's part of Americana. This album, if you ever wanted to get into her, this is the best way you can start, if it's still available. Now, getting right along, the Beau Brummels. I've got the original first 2 albums. They're in my record closet. But this is almost everything. This group started off as just a group getting together to see if they could perform, and they did. And they did it from 1963. Actually, they started in 64. 63, they were starting to start, but they weren't a group until 1964. The guy right in the back, right there, that's Ron Elliott. He's the guy that wrote most of the songs. The guy right there, Sal Valentino, he wrote songs too, but he was the lead vocalist. Everybody is probably not familiar with this group, but they did a lot of good material. On this is actually, that's the back side of it. It's just a bunch of demos and the nucleus of the Beau Brummels from 64 to 66. This, I don't have to recommend this because if you like their music, you're going to like it. If you don't, you don't. Just like any kind of other music. It's up to you what do you decide what you're going to purchase and buy. Here's a Christmas album of mine. I bought it just for nostalgia and because I like Christmas music. Everybody knows Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This is the actual soundtrack. The actual soundtrack. And you know it's a good one because of the fact where everybody knows the songs. Now the last thing. Whoa, I'm on 7 minutes. The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. This album is probably what really got me into really enjoying the Beatles, because when my sister was, she's not going to see it anyway. When my sister was 12 and I was 3, almost 4, so you're talking before August the 2nd, 1964, so it was in, I'd say July of 1964, my sister took me to see this. It was great. It's a typical Beatle album. It was the first one where they wrote all of their songs. And I don't know if you like the Beatles or not, but because of the fact that they did accomplish what they set out to accomplish, to be a band that recorded the kind of music they wanted to record. Songs that they wrote, no one else wrote. That's why they wrote songs, because everywhere they would go to play before they became famous, people were doing the same songs. So when they'd come on stage, they might want to play Long Tall Sally or Searching or any of the older rock and roll songs that they liked, and somebody else would play them before they got on stage. So that's why they started writing their own material, so no one else could do the songs they were going to do. Anyway, this is a song and an album that really and truly, I know no one's going to watch my video anyway, but I enjoy making these. I can still remember going to see this when I was 3, 56 years ago. And from what I know and do know, there I go bumbling again with my mumbling. A thing Beatle Brad doesn't do. I don't think he ever makes mistakes. I know that this album stands up to the stake. No, it doesn't. No, it stands up to the taste of time. Because it's the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. A group of guys from a little fishing port named Liverpool doing their first motion picture. A hard day's night, And that's where I'm going to leave you guys, if anybody even watches my videos. Good night to all, from me to you, and a very, very Merry Christmas to all.